Good morning and welcome to the first of this term's remote assemblies. Welcome to you all, and I hope all is going well for you. What has now been a week of this first spring term. We'll start with a few things from me, if I may. Obviously, we're back in lockdown, and for the vast majority of you, obviously you're working at home, working remotely. I completely empathise that it's difficult and it's challenging. So again, we need to persevere, we need to stick together, we need to stay positive and get through the next few weeks as best we possibly can. I think it's really important also that we are not here for the first time. We were working remotely with school closed to most of you last summer, and therefore it's really important that we learn some of the lessons from that period of time. Okay, so when we're talking about how remote learning worked for you last time, what did but what didn't, we reflect on that and really try and make the next few weeks as productive and as positive as possible. And again, the overarching message for me this morning is, if there's any problem, any question, please get in touch with us. If your parents, people you live with in your household have any concerns or worries about our school provision that we can help with, please get in touch. So on that thread of learning lessons from last time, I want to just pick up a couple of points. The first is your health and well-being. Okay, health and well-being is always an important topic for schools to be discussing and talking with students and their families, more so during this very difficult pandemic. So, sitting and making time every day for that kind of healthy body, healthy mind is really important. Eating well, exercising regularly, making sure there is a routine where you're not just sat in one place for too long will really help. It's so important during this lockdown. If you'd like any support with that, there's lots of good resources on our website, and there's lots of resources and organisations that might be able to help and support there. Or again, just get in touch, ask your tutor, make contact with one of your teachers. And again, that whole healthy mind, healthy body, well-being conversation is one that needs to stay ongoing. And again, for you to be having at home with parents, carers, people that you live with. Secondly, really importantly, remote learning. Okay, it is difficult, it is challenging. Absolutely, we get it. Staff in school are working hard to try and make it as accessible and as robust as we possibly can, but absolutely everyone's circumstance is ever so slightly different. So what we need is for you to work with us, communicate with us, to ultimately help us support you the best we can through this period of remote learning. Devices, access to devices is a big topic of discussion that we've been having for a long time now. Having access to a device throughout the school day to do remote learning, and indeed access to reliable internet is really important. How are you going to be really successful in completing your remote learning without that? So if you're having problems with internet, if you're having problems with the device that you're using, we can't promise to solve everyone's problem overnight, but please get in touch. We do have access to some SIM cards with some data that could be used for remote learning. We do have at the moment some volunteers or some people in the community supporting by donating devices that we're trying to upcycle to get out. We are getting some devices from the Department for Education. So ultimately, we're doing what we can to source as many devices as we can. But again, we need to make sure they are going to the right students. Any issues around that, please get in touch and we'll do what we can. Accessing the remote learning, really important that you're staying in good routines. We've asked you to follow your timetable. Staff are here to support, they're there. Some are delivering live lessons, some are doing a mixture of live lessons and independent work. Some are just focusing on setting independent work for you, but whichever the model for your different subjects, stay on top of it and stay in those good routines. And again, don't allow it to become a problem. Don't allow it to take over. If there's an issue, ask the question and we will support you the best we can through that process. If you are struggling anyway, as I say, just get in touch and we'll help. Your responsibility, and again, you've heard me say this before, is to do your best. Okay, to do your best, to not give up, to not just say, I can't, to not just think, oh, it's a lockdown, I've not actually sat in front of my teacher, therefore I can get away with not doing my work. Your responsibility is to try to make an effort, because what nobody wants is for this second school period of closure to be something that actually causes you to slow down or indeed fall behind. It's not just about students in the upper years. I'm talking to year 7, 8, 9 as well here. Okay, you need to make sure you stay on top of your studies because anything you miss now, that's a gap, that's a chunk of information, some learning that you've missed that you're going to have to make up in the future. Okay, and we know many students will struggle if they just decide let's do very little now. So you need to step up. You need to do your bit. All the support mechanisms are in place. It's just a case of making the best of what is a not ideal situation. Message to year 11. Again, we heard earlier last week that the formal GCSE exams now are not going ahead. It is so important that we don't now think that's it, let's give up, the year's over. We as a school are waiting for more detail about how they are going to award GCSE's qualifications this year, but for the time being, all of you year 11s need to carry on as you are, working hard for all of your subjects. So we don't get caught out with if we're asked to submit evidence or whatever it might be, that doesn't happen because we've panicked because we've heard the exams have been cancelled. As a school, we've been so impressed this year with year 11. Their attitude, their approach has been superb. The maturity levels have been absolutely superb. Let's not spoil it now. Let's keep going, and we'll work together to make sure that every student gets the grade they deserve based on the hard work they've put in over a number of years. Looking ahead at this half term, as a school, we're going to continue with a lot of the activities that we would normally be doing with you. So some of the big kind of activities, events. The first being progress reports. Okay, so we obviously have a calendared timetable of when we send progress reports home. They will continue during this half term, and the first are going to be the year 9s that will be out shortly. So it's really important that carries on. That won't just be about remote learning. That will be about progress over last term as well, and again some kind of targets and direction from your teachers about how you can continue to make strong progress through the year. We are going to report on how well all students are doing with your remote learning. Okay, so it's really important that you stay focused on that. And therefore we will be passing that information on to people at home, to parents, carers, as a way of supporting you further. Another big event for this half term is, of course, the Year 9 GCSE options process. All of that has been planned, all of the structures are in place there, and I'll be writing to students in Year 9 and their parents, their families, later in the half term with more detail about that. But again, a really important event. We can't do it face to face yet. I don't want anyone to be disadvantaged by that. So we make sure we're getting the right students in year 9 on the right courses for GCSE. They'll officially start in September of this year. Other things happening, again, normally during this spring term, year 11s will be working towards another round of mock exams. As it stands, those mock exams are going to happen. They're going to happen as soon as we can after schools reopen again. The whole kind of preparation for sitting mock exams are one that year 11 are well drilled in now, and until when we hear otherwise, that's still going to go ahead. Likewise with year 10. Year 10 working towards their first round of year 10 exams. Internal exams would normally happen just after Easter. So many of your teachers of year 10 would, I'm sure, have started to talk anyway now about preparation for that, the work you did in the autumn term last year, and indeed the work that you would be doing this term, because we need to have that in the back of our minds as well. So lots happening and lots going on for all students in all years over the coming few weeks. A couple of final thoughts from me. First is, I appreciate really, we all do at the college how hard this is for so many people. We really do. From my point of view, every single member of staff in this school, whether it's a teacher or non-teaching member of staff, is focused on helping and supporting to the best of our ability. We can't help with what we don't know about. So the importance of communication, the importance of talking to people, getting in touch, whether it's a signposting support or just answering a very simple question, please get in contact, please talk to us. Try not to worry. One of my favourite lines is, don't waste time worrying about things that you can't change, you can't do. Put your efforts into doing things that you can do, that you do understand, as a good starting point. Because where this could go wrong is that students struggle, they give up, and then we really are struggling. So everyone's got to just stay positive and do the best they can. If you need help, if you need support, get in touch. It's the overarching message from today. I wish you all a fantastic working week and look forward to speaking to you again soon.